And so why expend so much of your energy on debates in science and evolution, which you're not as well qualified for, since you are an educator of basic educational curriculum?
Well, I guess everybody has to pick which dragons they want to slay, and this is the one that bothers me, because it has so much bigger implications.
But why wouldn't you slay the dragons you're most qualified for?
Let me answer your question. Because this evolution theory is not just a dumb theory, it's a dangerous theory.
And why do you feel that way?
This is exactly what motivated Adolf Hitler to kill the inferior species, the Jews and the blacks. This is precisely this theory, evolution.
There are multiple problems with this argument. For one thing, it's an emotionally manipulative, guilt by association argument. Simply mentioning Hitler inspires deep negative feelings in almost everybody, and so juxtaposing that with the subject of evolution can cause the feelings to transfer from one to the other. In fact, invoking Hitler to support your argument is considered so cheap, even on the internet, that the tendency for bad debaters to invoke Hitler out of desperation has come to be known as Godwin's law. One variation of the law states that whoever invokes Hitler first immediately loses the argument. So even if it were true, it would be a pretty flimsy way for Hovind to make his point, but as it turns out, it's really not true anyway. Hitler made many statements which indicated a firm belief in God and intelligent design. I'll just read one of the quotes here, but I'm putting a link in the description to a document where you can see a lot more. In chapter 11 of Mein Kampf, Hitler said this, quote, "Even a superficial glance is sufficient to show that all the innumerable forms in which the life urge of nature manifests itself are subject to a fundamental law. One may call it an iron law of nature, which compels the various species to keep within the definite limits of their own life forms when propagating and multiplying their kind." Unquote. That sounds a lot like Kent Hovind's belief that variation can never happen beyond the limits of kinds. And there are a lot more quotes that go farther than that. When Kent Hovind claims that Darwin led to Hitler, all he's doing is showing how little he understands the subject and how sloppy his research is.